What if I told you you could garner more success by putting in less work? This is the productivity paradox, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the examples of this paradox and where it's worked well with real life examples, the science behind the paradox and why it potentially could work for you, and 4 strategies you can use to take advantage of the paradox to increase your productivity. Listen, before we get into today's video, if you're wanting to take full advantage of the extent of my productivity knowledge, then please look at the top link in the description and book a free one-on-one meeting with me where I can discuss the 21-day work domination program we together will take part on, and I can make you a more productive person. I just know it. So first up in today's video is the examples of the paradox of productivity. Firstly, we have the 4-day work week. This is a program implemented in Japan in the early 80s and 90s, and they saw a stark increase in productivity and output, up to a 40% increase, by reducing the work week to 4 days. So rather than having that 5th day on Friday, they have a 3-day weekend, but they condensed that 1 day's work and spread it across the week. So they found that it's very simple to take work, break it down to the bare bones of what needs to be done to progress forward, and then litter it across the week in the other days. So they saw an increase in motivation to work because they had that 3-day weekend to get a good rest in, and it just reduces the amount of load they have in the week. And they found a productivity increase, therefore, as they were enjoying the job more, they were more content with the job, and overall they managed to get more work done because they chopped away and had a bare bone focus on what's actually progressive. By removing the waste work of that last day Friday and condensing it into a 4-day work week, it not only made them more happy people, but it also condensed the week into a more optimal and productive week. As part of today's video, we're going to get into the science of the paradox. This is the nitty-gritty and why it's working based on neuroscience in the human brain. So it's all to do with the limitations of the human brain. There's a few things you have to talk about. So you have neurological fatigue, which comes when you're breaking out of the 90-minute ultradian cycle. So your brain has 90-minute waves of focus, and if you extend above the 90 minutes, then you're going to get neurological fatigue, which means you'll be tired in your brain and less likely to be focusing on the work. So overall, if you were to do a 3-hour straight session rather than 90 minutes, you'll end up doing significantly less work overall, instead of just breaking it up to 90 minutes, rest 90 minutes, because the neurological fatigue will stop you from taking in any information and being completely optimal in the work you're doing. As well as this 90-minute ultradian cycle, your brain has neuroplastic effects. This means the ability to be malleable and take in new information is neuroplasticity in the brain, and is a direct correlation between neuroplasticity and the amount of rest you take from the work. So by sleeping or engaging in a non-sleep deep rest, any type of vigor restoring program like that, the neuroplasticity of the brain increases therefore, and then your ability to take in new information during your 90-minute ultradian cycles is more optimal and efficient in your work. This is due to while you're sleeping and resting, you're clearing out that metabolic waste that you have stored in your brain as, wasteful memories, information you don't need at the current time. So clearing out this metabolic waste leaves a lot of room for new information and increases your neuroplasticity and reduces the potential neurological fatigue you have during your 90-minute ultradian cycles. To put it into simple terms, while we sleep or rest intensely, the brain organizes our memories and clears out waste, leaving room for new memories and new information to be stored. This allows us to keep our thinking clear and stronger over time. What the research is saying essentially is that the more rest you take, you'll do more work in the long term, as you have less neurological fatigue, improved neuroplasticity, and overall better focus and clear thinking. So lastly, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the strategies we can use and implement in our own daily lives to take advantage of this productivity paradox and the science behind it. So firstly, we're going to be focusing on high impact tasks. So just as Japan condensed that week into 4 days, where they took that 1 day, condensed it into the most optimal and progressive work, we're going to do the exact same. Focus on the tasks and brainstorm the tasks that are actually going to progress you in your work, and then just do them. Just cut out the waste, cut out the metabolic waste, as we said in the scientific part, and just focus on the progressive work that you know will push you forward in your endeavor. Nextly, again referring the neuroplasticity and neurofatigue of the brain, focus on rest, recovery, and productive energy. So sleep well, rest well, and focus on doing things and habits that increase the amount of productive energy you have. So go to the gym, you'll see a stark increase in the productive energy you have because you're in that productive mindset, you're getting a good forward ambulation movement, and it will set you up for better work in general. So focus on rest, recovery, and productive energy to combat the neurological fatigue and increase the amount of neuroplasticity you have, which will allow you to take in more information and be more productive in the short and long term. The third point in this section is to focus on the 90-minute ultradian cycles that we talked about in the previous section of this video. So again, just condense your work into 90 minutes, take a decent break, and then go back into another 90-minute work block, because your brain works in these 90-minute ultradian cycles, and to break out and challenge this cycle with longer work sessions is generally not a good idea. Lastly, in today's video is focusing on non-sleep deep rest as well as your own sleep. So again, if you didn't sleep well last night, do some non-sleep deep rest, which is a deep meditation, also called Yoga Nidra. Do a good session of that. Find guided meditations on YouTube for it, and then you'll see the restored vigor and potentially restored neuroplastic effects of the mind, and you'll be able to take in information more due to that restored vigor. However, obviously prioritize getting a good night's sleep, but adding this new NSDR or non-sleep deep rest into your protocol will significantly increase the amount of productive work you're managing to get done week to week. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you got a lot of value from this video. I know it's information full of science and facts and terms, but I hope I displayed it and described it well enough that you're able to comprehend it. Yeah, take action. Again, if you're wanting to work with me one-on-one, where we can discuss these in more detail and apply them to your life directly via personalized schedules, personalized habit tracking, and other personalized aspects like that, then please look at the top link in the description where you can book a free one-on-one meeting with me, where we'll discuss the 21-day work domination program we will embark on together. Thank you for watching.